Well, good morning, or good afternoon. It's actually just about 12 o'clock noon. I'm an American nomad, and it's a beautiful day in North Carolina. So I'm going to take a little ride and hope this microphone is picking up my voice correctly and the wind doesn't bother it too much. And the camera is at a good angle. The first thing I was wondering about this morning is when you get out to start to do your ride with your camera, do you worry every time that it's at the right angle or wrong angle? I know some of you use your cell phones somehow to use as a viewing position, agent viewing, some way, whatever you want to call it, so make sure your angle is correct. I haven't got mine to link up with my ion yet, so I'm still working on that, just like I'm still working on all ways of trying to learn how to ride this bike and make these videos. So I hope this one's working correctly. We're going to take a little ride into town. I'll tell you the reason why. Because I did something stupid yesterday. I went on a nice ride with my son and his father-in-law and his mother-in-law. We had a nice lunch. And I rode back to this little storage facility where I've rented a space to store my bike for the winter. I drive my car up there and park it and then ride the bike. And then I come back and park the bike and lock it up securely and get the car and go home. Not the best situation, but it's working, you know, and I don't have a garage like most of you do, so. Anyway, when I got back after my nice long ride, enjoyable day, I reached in my pocket and the key to my lock was gone. Somewhere, I pulled junk out of my pocket and dropped my keys. And the reason I say a stupid thing that I did, because this lock in this storage situation is brand new. So I had both the keys for the lock still attached together in my pocket. So being stupid, instead of when I first bought the key, fixing one on my key ring and put one in a safe place, I procrastinated as I always do. I'm a big procrastinator. And I had both keys in my pocket and I lost both keys. So now I have to go find bolt cutters and buy them. A brand new lock and buy it and try to solve this situation. Any of y'all ever do stupid junk? Lord knows I do enough. But it's a beautiful day in North Kakalaki. Not too cold, I'd say probably 55. Not too windy, so it's a pretty nice ride right now. My son's father-in-law loaned me the windshield off of his Road King Harley, which fits a Freewheeler Trike, but it doesn't fit it great. It's got this big opening down here for me, this one's not tall enough. But he loaned it to me, and that was very nice of him. And it's doing a good job. It makes it a little more pleasant ride. The wind, when you don't have a windshield on this thing, and the wind is just pounding you in the chest and pushing on your head. And since I'm new getting back into riding bikes and I don't have a windshield of my own, I tell you, my neck has been kind of sore ever since I started riding this thing. And I don't know if it's just from the helmet or the wind pushing on it. I think it might be a combination of both. So I'm going to take this little ride. I'm going to go to the scenic route instead of hitting the freeway early. I don't know if you're picking it up with the mic or not, but I hope you can at least hear me. I haven't had too much luck with my videos yet, but I'm sure you all went through that. I'll get better as I go. I love this house here. But every time I come by, I wonder how many people have run up through his driveway when they missed it, or yard when they missed that turn. You go through here, you got a nice little big farm up here. I guess they do a lot of sweet potatoes, cotton and stuff like that. Man, look at this glorious day. I've added a couple more vloggers to my subscription. I enjoy watching you guys, and I tend to go back to the oldest posts and start watching from when you first started. So I'm not really up to date on what you're doing, but considering most of us will stop vlogging during the winter months, that'll give me time to catch up. Give me plenty of stuff to read, or excuse me, you can't read a vlog. Stuff to watch over the winter months. The big well there, not sure what they do there. It's a pretty good size, whatever it is. The sign there says it's a poultry farm, so there's either chickens or turkeys, I would imagine. It's chickens. The wind noise in this helmet reminds me. I wanted to ask you guys. I'm planning to get a new helmet. I'm going to go with full face this time instead of just I don't know what you call it, the old school bubble face here that you pull the shield down. And I'm thinking about going with a modular. Any of you guys have modular helmets? Also, I'm looking at going with Bluetooth, so I can listen to music, and GPS will come through that Bluetooth if I get my GPS on here. And there are very rare moments that when I get a cell phone call, I could answer that through my helmet as well. My son has got a very nice one. I'm not sure the brand, but his face shield tints like transition glasses. When you go out in the sun, it gets dark. It gets pretty dark, and it gets dark quick. And then when you go, he says, through a tunnel, it lightens up quick. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's damn nice the way it darkens like that. Now the one I'm looking at has a tinted secondary shield, I guess you would call it. Hey, you reach up on top of your front of your helmet. If you've ever seen a nice little crane. If you've ever seen jet fighter pilots when they pull their visor down, the tinted one slides down inside your clear one. So it looks pretty cool. But it's just another moving part. And as I've learned, when you have moving parts, you have opportunity for crap to break. So I don't know if I'll get that one or not, but I definitely want a modular, or at least a full face. That some of them, or most of them, have a better, what do you call it? They seal better around your neck. So maybe the wind wouldn't come through like this one does. Well, what are your thoughts on those? If you have any thoughts on them, go ahead and post it for me. Send me a message. I'd like to know what you got, how you feel about full face versus regular helmet, and Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, whatever you want to call it, all that junk. So I'd be interested to hear what you got. Going this back way is not necessarily the quickest way to get to town. So I could go to Harbor Freight, maybe Lowe's, and see if they've got bolt cutters that I can afford. The lock I bought was pretty nice, pretty thick, master lock. Unfortunately, I guess I'll need a pretty strong bolt cutter. I do stupid shit like that all the time. I spent $15 or so on the lock. And my son says that I could get a bolt cutter at Harbor Freight for about 15 or 20 bucks. Then another 10 or 15 bucks for another lock to learn a simple lesson. Now, I guess that's not a bad price. I paid higher prices monetarily and in other ways to learn lessons in my life. I'm sure everybody has. I guess that might be a good topic for another day. Lessons I have learned in my life. kind of interesting watching you guys. I was watching, Lord, I have the hardest time remembering the names. Watching a person in Arizona ride with his dad and his wife. The scenery is beautiful, of course. And then I switched over to a new guy I just started following, and if I'm not mistaken, he's riding in North Georgia, in South Carolina, I guess. It looks like he's in pretty mountainous, I won't say, region. So it makes for beautiful scenery while you're riding. Here, where I'm at in eastern North Carolina, it's pretty flat, and I don't think it's a lot, to see. But one man's scenery is different from another man's scenery, so it's nice to see what you guys have. Hopefully next summer I get a little touring. I have to watch my pronunciation. My son said I don't sound too country. I think that's what he said, or hillbilly or something. But hey, I was born and raised in Mississippi, so I didn't grow up with the best grammatical skills being taught to me. Like I just said, I grew up in Mississippi, but I left there when I was 18 by the grace of God. I joined the military, and I've stayed in the Navy 24 years, so, I mean, to be perfectly honest, and I tell everybody, I'm a racist, but I don't actively participate in racism. I fight it every day because being born and raised in Mississippi, being a young white person, you absorb the racism that surrounds you, the bigotry, the hate for other people. And I admit to mine, I do. It's like a drug addiction. You have it, it consumes you, and when you start to try to kick it or move away from it, it's a damn process. You don't stop being a racist overnight. You don't stop being a drug addict overnight. And racism is something you have to work on. But thank God, being in the military, I had to live and work with all kinds of people, blacks, whites, Native Americans, Filipinos, Japanese, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. So I got to learn that it's not necessarily, it's not at all the race of a person that's an issue. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. I know that sounds cliche as hell. But it doesn't matter who or what you are. Race-wise. If you're a fucking asshole, you're a fucking asshole. If you're a bigot, like a hater, you're a bigot ass hater. So I work on that every day. My life has changed a lot because of my way of thinking and other things that I'll discuss one day, perhaps. Perhaps not. We all have our things in life that make us who we are. Some of us will discuss them, some of us won't.